Polaroid camera, also known as instant film photography. That's pretty much what I'm known for here on this channel. And in fact, I'm going to be doing a gigantic 2-week-long road trip film project. Yes, I'm hitting the road with instant film cameras and documenting the 100th year of Route 66 and sharing stories from along the road, interviewing people, shop owners, the people keeping it alive, and I'm hitting the road with Caleb. And like I just said, the project is about instant film photography, but to make the project happen to where you can actually watch it, I have to shoot it digitally. And in today's video, I want to take advantage of this opportunity to share some stuff I rarely ever get to talk about and stuff that I'm really passionate about. And today I want to show you how I'm going to film Forever 66, not just another road trip. And shout out to Tilta. Yeah, they sent over this gear for me to make this project happen. So it's not fully sponsored monetarily, they just sent me some free gear, but thoughts are my own. So I never thought I'd say this, but I've decided to film the project with my phone and like miscellaneous cameras like the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, the DJI Osmo, but I'm not going to be bringing a quote traditional real camera like the one you're watching this on, because well, this is all you really need these days. It is insane, especially with this full kitted gear from Tilta. But let's talk about this one first, which in reality is more practical, and I think I'm going to be using this more than the other big guy, at least for this project. So this is the TILTA Khronos Lite, and this thing's so cool. It's modular and customizable. The only thing on here that's not made by Tilta is actually the SSD, which is a Samsung, and the mount itself, which is made by Ne Hwy. It's the only thing I had laying around, which we'll get into that in a second. Then over by the lenses, there's a filter on here right now, an ND filter, but this just pops off magnetically, and you can swap other filters, but this pops off and you can swap on another lens mount system, which we'll get into in a second. But my favorite part of this whole case is the grip. Yeah, look at this. How cool is that? But one of the most annoying things with all these like mobile phone camera shooting rig setups is you have to take your phone in and out of the case. I want a case that I can just leave my phone in there and then customize it as I see fit. That's where this thing shines. Oh my gosh, this grip, it attaches. There's a little lock right here. Removable grip, and now I have a phone case that I can use every day. And plus the case itself has a flip out stand. You can lay it down horizontally or even vertically, but it gets better. The grip itself is packed with features. 1/4-20 mount on the bottom, built-in rechargeable battery. Why? Because this is a Bluetooth remote control for your phone. Shutter button, record, function button, get into that in a second, zoom toggle, and a focus wheel. What? Now this works with your native camera app, but it also works with the Blackmagic camera app. And that's where the function button comes in. You tap it 3 times to sync for the Blackmagic control, so you can actually use the focus wheel. Pretty stinking sweet. And since this is Bluetooth, you can set your phone up, mount it, and then start and stop your recording. Even focus it, if you're using manual focus, right from the tripod. Right now I have the phone in the big rig, but imagine if the phone's still in here and I want to record. One of the cool things with modern iPhones is that you can record directly to SSD. And what is that for? Well, for anyone watching this video probably knows the benefits of that. Your iPhone can now shoot raw video. Insane. But to do that, you're gonna need external storage space because yeah, your phone's gonna fill up really, really fast. So that's where these SSDs come into play. And so to take advantage of the SSD, you have to plug in a USB-C to the SSD. Well, with this grip, there is a small little problem. When you plug in the SSD, again, imagine there's a phone in there. You plug it in, you got these cables in the way. And well, I spent several days buying different cables to test, and I found a solution. And I'm gonna leave links to this stuff in the description below, but this right here is a right angle, I don't know how you describe it, it is flush USB-C adapter. So when you plug it into the side of your phone, look at that. Look how not in the way it is. You can still grab the phone grip. And then I pair it with a USB-C short, which is about, I think this is a 6-inch, something like that, coming out the side. And then this, and plugs into this SSD. And we are rocking and rolling. Look at that, I can grip it. Gonna be sweet. Now, if I want to shed some weight, which I can, because Zytec was so gracious to send over one of their 2 terabyte SSDs. So that means I wouldn't need this whole brick, which is still low profile, but it is a little bulky. I can just stick the Zytec right here on the case itself and then run a cable. However, the Zytec needs a male to female adapter, and I have not been able to find a proper one that works with this 90-degree flush, I guess you would call it. This setup, it doesn't record. It'll record for about 20 seconds and then stop. I don't know why. But I did find this. Unfortunately, it does stick out a little bit more, but it's not enough to where you can't still grip it. And then this works flawlessly. But this setup is so stinking cool. Allows me to use filters and lenses. Now here's a little extra thing that I can't find anywhere on the internet. I had to test this myself. I have shift cam lenses, and Tilta makes lens mounts for 2 types, Moment T series and 17mm lenses. This is Moment T series. I have not been able to find anything on the internet that clarifies this, so I'm going to do that right now. Shift cam S mount is the same as Moment T series. So if you have shift cam lenses, which I have a discount code for these, I'll leave it linked in the description and save you 10% off shift cam gear and accessories. But it fits just fine. Man, I love this lens so much. This is the fisheye lens. So fun to use. And I can use it with the Kronos lens system. It comes with these rubber mounts, and that is 100% needed to get this to work properly. Otherwise the lenses don't fit. They just kind of float around in there. But you have to put these little rubber grips on, which are provided in the box. Now the case itself is absolutely near perfect in every way, except for the lens mount system. When you don't have a lens mount on there, it's pretty open. There's not a lot of protection. It does stick out past your lenses, so setting it down, you're not gonna scuff up your phone, but the rest of it is still kind of exposed, which is a bummer. I would leave this on entirely except for the rubber mounts. They'll just kind of get worn down and pop off in my pocket. There is the 17mm one, which you'll notice I don't actually have out for demonstration because I purchased it with my own money. Same with this one. This was not sent. They didn't send me lens mounts. I bought these with my own money. And when I bought the 17mm one, it turns out I bought a used one and the threads were completely stripped out. And I've yet to get a replacement yet so far. I've emailed them a few times. I even have a direct link to a rep, and I haven't gotten them. It's been 3 weeks or so. And I'm leaving for this project in like a couple of weeks, so I think I'm just have to buy another one, and yeah, which is annoying. These are really inexpensive. They're like $9, but after the $15 shipping charge, really annoying. These are actually over $20 if you just buy one, considering the shipping cost. I have no idea why this costs $15 to ship, but it does. But going back to the case itself, the other thing I really like about this is the durability of it, the construction of it, and the MagSafe on it is super strong. These other cases I've used, like shift cams, pretty solid, but it's still a little weak. It works, it's not bad, but the one inside the Tilta one, a lot stronger, really nice. And then I used one from Reflex. That one's the worst one. It's horrible for grip. It's not very strong at all. But yeah, if I stick this thing on, it snaps in place. Like, look at that. And it's not bulky like a lot of these other cases, and it's super durable. Hands down, my favorite case so far. I've used it for like 3 weeks. but I think it's long enough to get an idea of it. You usually can tell within a couple of days if you're going to keep the case on your phone. And yeah, I love this. I just wish it had a little bit more protection. Even if there was a blank you could stick in that's like smooth, that'd be really cool. But I don't think they offer that currently. All right, moving over to the big boy. Now I have it fully rigged out with all the parts that it came with, except for one, which this is a MagSafe like holder, placeholder. It snaps in place here. I'll take this part off. This technically goes in here, just like so. It's super cool. It's like a multi-tool. It has a stand, a grip, a way to open boxes. It'll pop out. It's not like really a knife. It's not sharp, but it's a point to where you can like open boxes. It has a little like screwdriver to mount like quick release plates for like tripods and things. Neat thing. Probably won't use it. I'll throw it in my camera bag just to have it as a multi-tool, but I probably won't put it on the phone. It adds a lot of extra weight. Now everything on here was sent to me except for the mount for cold shoe. The cold shoe mount, I did purchase that with my own money. But everything else was sent to me. This is so stinking cool. All right, I'm gonna break it down just by the case itself. And this surprised me. I figured these cases are only meant for when you're doing the job at hand and then swapping the case back out with, maybe something like this, your everyday case. But I gotta say, you could leave this on your phone and be okay. It's not terrible. Now I have the Pro Max, so it's a bigger phone, but the case itself really doesn't add a lot of bulk to it. I could probably see myself using this as a case, but I probably won't do that because it doesn't offer a whole bunch of protection. There's a lot of open parts on the phone. It's meant just for shooting and mounting things to it, but I gotta say that is pretty sleek, pretty nice. The way to get your phone in and out, it's kind of like a clamshell. You slide the phone case forward and then the front plate comes off and you pop your phone out. Goes in and there's a little lock at the top, and now we're locked in. We're good to go. We can start mounting stuff to it. Now when you look at the case itself, you'll notice that there are these contact points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different contact points across the case. And that is a way for the case to be powered. This is a hand grip, but it's also a battery grip that powers the case itself. So anything that you connect to those little contact points sends power from the grip. Pretty sweet. This cable right here goes right into your phone. Now the phone itself is drawing power from the grip. And then you press the button on the side of the grip and connect it to the first contact point on the side of the phone there. And then there's a little lock that kind of helps it secure itself. And now your phone has a grip, and if I power on this grip here, there's a function button on the back. If you press and hold it for a few seconds, it will then power your phone. But you don't have to power the phone if you don't want to. Just an extra way to charge it up while you're filming. But also, when the grip is powered on, now there's power going through the whole case. So if I want to connect, let's say this light right here that has no battery inside of it whatsoever, no cables, I can then just put it on here, press and hold this, and now it has power. And it swivels. Look at that. And tilts. Isn't that cool? And the light itself has a few different light options too. And brightnesses. Not very many. It's not like a super powerful light, but it does do the trick. Then there's a cold shoe, but no power options. So you can put it on one of these mounts that doesn't have the outputs. And you can mount whatever you want to it. Say a microphone. And since the grip is connected to the phone, there is a port right here for a headphone jack, aka microphone, and goes right through to the phone all seamlessly. Really cool. Then they did send me an extra grip, which can just be mounted to the side, clicks into place. Now, one of the downsides, if you will, to shooting a phone with raw video or higher levels of recording capability, the phone can get hot. Well, this is a fan. And again, no battery is inside this whatsoever. It's all powered off of the grip. So when you connect this, make sure that the contact points meet up with the contact point on the cage, just like that. And now I can turn on my fan. It will help keep the phone nice and chilled. Now, the other thing that they sent me was this hub. Yeah, This is really cool if you're going to be using external monitors and things. I will probably be using this to use the phone as a HDMI camera source to record a podcast while I'm out on the road. I can hook this up and then run HDMI into a capture card into OBS or some other streaming recording software. I turn that fan up all the way. It's a little loud. Let's turn it down a little bit. It has a couple different fan settings. But yeah, I can hook this into my software and be able to stream with my phone and also record through software. But you don't have to do it just with that. You could use it with an external monitor recording. And then on the bottom, it offers you a tripod mount. And the whole thing itself, I can't remember what the name of it is. There's a name for it. It is a, I don't want to say NATO rail, but it has a way to mount to tripods itself. And there's an extra mic point right there on the side as well. Now, the other thing that this serves purpose for is the ability to then hook up your SSDs to record, because once this grip goes into place, it covers up the ports. And to actually do that, there is a order to it. Considering you have this plugged into the phone, you have to unplug this. So then you plug this in by making sure that you have the USB 100 watt facing the grip and mount it to the bottom of the phone. And then this goes into your phone itself to run the hub. And then you need to power the hub and then the rest of the case by putting this into the hub. And now the phone is being powered, the hub is being powered, and now I can run a SSD to the phone. That's why I really like this Zytec. I don't have to worry about trying to mount it somewhere else on the phone. I can plug it right in and be done. But if I did want to use one of the T5s or T7s, I would have to probably get another cold shoe, maybe mount it up there. There is a little bit of room right here. You could get creative. And I do believe Tilta makes a SSD clamp that you can get specifically for it. And even with this whole rigged setup, you still have two mounting points. One that's still powered, and then one on the side here that's not powered. You can use forever you want. Or if you don't want a grip, then you can add an extra 2 slots on the side. But I really recommend having some type of grip. They do make a handle too, which is kind of nice. I wish I got one of those. There is one other USB-C port on the handle, and that's, as far as I know, just for charging the grip itself and sending extra power to something. So if you had a bigger light, you could run power off of the grip that way too, if you didn't want to use the hub. And that is pretty much my setup for when I'm going to be out shooting. I'm going to be using all this stuff for filming this project, which I can't wait to hit up the road. It's going to be in a couple weeks. It's going to be so cool, and I hope to see you on the road too. If you want to meet up with me, be sure to check links in the description. I'm going to be posting more updates over on Instagram and creating like an event page at some point, coming very, very soon, on how to meet up. I know for sure we're meeting in Chicago and then in LA and somewhere in between. So hopefully you can come along and shoot some instant photos. I know this video is about digital stuff, but really I had to talk about digital stuff so I can shoot analog series. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to get started. Hopefully you found this video helpful, interesting. If you want to get any of this stuff, I'll have it all linked in the description below. Let me know which one your favorite was. Was it this? I think it's going to be this. This is so cool. I am obsessed with this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this part. It's also a stand. Look at that. That's pretty cool. But until next time, get out there and make some art.